Welcome to your Actives EU Tweets of the Week. VDL Commission takes up its seat, Trump under fire as NATO leaders meet, and rule of law in Malta is feeling the heat. This episode is sponsored by Danfoss. Find out more about them at the end. On Sunday, the von der Leyen Commission moved into the Berlaymont building. Marco Recorder spotted some similarities with another famous tower. Steady on, Marco. I don't think Ursula has reached Dark Lord Sauron levels just yet. In a press conference, former Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker handed over the keys to the Berlaymont to Ursula von der Leyen, or as Mina Andreeva put it, changing of the guardians of the treaties. Juncker also left his successor with a ceremonial bell he himself said was absolutely useless. And after 5 years in charge, Juncker signed off his final press conference saying, "I'm hungry." As MEP assistant said, just when you thought Juncker's farewell couldn't live up to his legend, Juncker, hold my plate. On Tuesday, Western leaders gathered in London to celebrate NATO's 70th anniversary, and, well, let's just say it wasn't exactly convivial. So much for the bromance, reported AFP journalist Damon Wake, as Donald Trump really put the boot in to Emmanuel Macron. Trump slammed Macron's NATO brain-dead comments as nasty and insulting, and ridiculed France for high unemployment and said nobody needs NATO more than France. But Dave Keating pointed out that, realistically, after the US itself, France is probably the country that needs NATO the least. France was not in NATO from 1966 to 2009 because of their concerns it made Europe too reliant on America, and it's the only other member with a completely independent nuclear weapons system. Martini Seltzemeyer thought reverse psychology might be at work. Genius move by Macron, attacking NATO just so Trump would defend it. But the real headline was the hot mic footage of Justin Trudeau, Mark Rutte, Emmanuel Macron, Boris Johnson and Princess Anne openly gossiping about Donald Trump at the Buckingham Palace reception and mocking his propensity for 40-minute off-the-cuff press conferences. "Cannot wait for this to be on season 8 of The Crown," said Jennifer Cassidy. And of course Twitter went nuts, with everyone piling on the general scoffing at Trump. Trump responded by calling Trudeau two-faced and then flounced off home early, cancelling his final press conference. Because, of course he did. Not a great look for Trump, but as Paul Lidicule tweeted, it could have been worse. Finally this week, to my home from home, Malta, where rule of law is under threat. For the third time, on Tuesday, a European Parliament delegation visited the island to inquire into the murder of journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia just over 2 years ago. Daphne was known for exposing corruption even at the highest levels, and her murder has shocked the world, tweeted Belgian MEP Assista Kanko. The delegation said it had serious concerns about PM Joseph Muscat staying in office and about the integrity of the murder investigation. Von der Leyen also raised the issue, a move commended by Daphne's son Matthew. Confusingly, Muscat first announced he would be stepping down and then added that he would actually be staying on until January next year, when his Labour Party could select a replacement. Maltese MEP David Casa said, "Malta's international level humiliation continues, also that Joseph Muscat can continue to obstruct justice." Local protesters also expressed their anger at ministers, Justice Minister Owen Bonnici getting egged here, and Maltese MEP Roberta Metsola made her feelings very clear, refusing to shake Muscat's hand. The mafia took over the Labour Party and then the country. Daphne Caruana Galizia exposed them, and so they sued her. Then they tried to dehumanise her, and eventually they killed her. Now they're trying to cover it all up. And that man had the gall to try and shake my hand. "Get out now," said Metsola. Burley Monster said Malta's current woes will someday bear an embossed cover in an airport bookshop. For now, follow them and be concerned that this isn't cheap thriller fiction. This week, we are supported by Danfoss. Find out more about how district heating and sector integration can help achieve a carbon-neutral EU by following them online. And that's it for another week. Join me again next Friday for more thrills, spills and chills in the Brussels bubble Twittersphere.